Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're at Musikmesse 2015 in Frankfurt, Germany. We got Adrian from Orange Amplification. Adrian, you got a lot of cool stuff at Messe here. Not this guitar, it's just a one-off, but get your eyes down there.
We might do them.
You might do it?
We might do. We'll see people like it. It's a great guitar.
It's a Manson. Okay, but
it stays in tune really well.
But what we're here for is a new pedal, your first pedal, and a new head.
First pedal in 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's called the
Bangeetar. Yes.
And that's for Baxendal.
Yeah, there's Baxendal equalisation there, do you know. So you've got 4-stage preamp. I mean, Bangeetar is what I've always called guitars. Yeah, so it just kind of rolls off the tongue. Bangeetar, you know. So yeah, you got like shelves, bottom and top shelves.
So for people who aren't familiar with Baxendals, break it down a little bit.
It's a type of equalisation that works using phase. You know, so if it's in the centre, it's out, and then you got boost and cuts. Yeah. So you got the bottom and top, which are shelves. They're not bells; they're shelves. And then you got the parametric, which goes. You got the Q, you got the frequency, and then you got the mid, boost and cut. Yeah. So the frequency goes from 150 hertz to 7.5 kilohertz. So you got 21 detents in between there on the controls there, yeah? Yeah,
the controls are nice and sturdy, and 21 detents in them, so you can feel when you're turning it. Now, on the Parametric EQ, how many dBs can you add?
It's roughly about 10, yeah. I mean, it depends on the Q, you see, because the Q can go really fine, you know, and if it's really fine, it's roughly about 10. You know, but either way, because it's actually, as it turns the Q to the narrower position, it adds gain as well, that control. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a boost switch, you got a bypass switch, you got a massive roll bar, and a cab simulator output?
Yeah, the way that works, if you're on the normal out, when it's bypassed, you've got a low impedance buffer, really transparent. And it steps up to 18 volts inside the pedal. If you put 9 in, if you put 12 in, it steps up to 24. So it's got even more headroom. Oh, wow. So it goes even louder. Yeah.
This thing is loud as shit. When he was tuning up before, I literally felt my eardrums vibrating and my ass vibrating too.
You can run it straight into an effects return. And you got all the EQ you'd ever need to dial your sound in, you know. We got 4-stage pre there. It still cleans up like a Rockerverb would, but it goes even dirtier. Yeah, this pedal.
What did you have it set on when we came in? Was it kind of a moderate setting?
Yeah, but the gain, there's a bit of gain on there. But gain sort of like about 2 o'clock, you know.
Do you want to try a couple different settings so you can give people an idea of the range?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah. Tweak it.
We'll back the gain off a bit. We'll keep the volume the same.
Volume's only on at like 9 o'clock.
So it can do kind of crunch, you know, and if you push it up to about halfway on the gain, it's...
Now let's hear that with it bypass through the new Rockerverb head that we're going to talk about in a second.
Obviously I've got the volume turned down because it's immensely loud.
How about you show us some kind of extreme settings with the Parametric EQ just to show how crazy you can get.
How it sweeps through. It's going to be a gain on there.
depending on what you guys are listening through, if it's on headphones, earbuds or nice monitors, whatever, you may not be able to tell, but there's a huge range. I mean, you could hear the phasing and stuff, but the feel in the room, like literally, vibrations on the floor and everything is like huge difference there. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's 150 cycles to 7.5 kilohertz, the range. I deliberately did it that wide. I could have done it much narrower, but I kind of liked it like that because, some people might want to do the bottom end on the parametric, and I wanted to give them that option, or the top end, because then brown it off on this, so they're doing top end on that and then browning it off with a shelf, like putting a high shelf, low pass filter on there, I mean, some people might want to use that like that, the cab sim is based on G12H30s.
Which has Celestion vintage 30s?
Yeah, that's what I've based the cab sim on. That works really well. And the way, if you're using the normal output, you've got the low impedance buffer. It's really flat. I worked hard on getting that really transparent, And you can have loads of pedals after it, and it won't load it down, So you're not going to lose signal. So it's actually more transparent than true bypass would be if you're going to use any more pedals, So it depends. True bypass, horses for courses. It's great if you've got two pedals and really good cables, But you start adding connections into that, and it's going to degrade the signal because the signal is quite fragile, being that high impedance. So I'm coming out of this low impedance on the buffer's low impedance, and that means the signal is much more robust and harder to load down. So I've gone down that route, and plus I wanted the switching noise to be minimal, keep that down as well. So if you're using the cab sim out, it's always in, even when the pedal's bypassed. I did that deliberately so people can put other stuff through the cab sim, so even recorded guitars, if you want to add cab sim to them, you can put them through this, and even if the level's a lot hotter, it will take it because it's 18 volts inside. It's running plus minus, so you got the headroom, so it will take massive signals. So you can hang it out of a mixing desk if you want, and it will take the signals.
Super versatile, sounds great. Do you guys know how much it's going to go for?
UK pounds, it is 279.
So about $300?
No, more than that.
325? Right here, 350.
Oh, well, but
something like that.
Exchange rate, you're probably looking 279 is going to be just under 400, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we talk about the Rockerverb Mark III?
Yeah, so the Rockerverb Mark III is, we've got the attenuator added now. Yeah. So it's the final, it's the,
continuously variable?
Yeah, it's.
Or does it have a few notches on there?
No, it goes all the way. It's the same as the one on the Dual Dark, except I put the tom controls on there, It's foot switchable, so is the reverb. Reverb's a lot more subtle, and you can hear the springs a lot more. It's more snappy. I've re-EQ'd that.
Long spring, long tank, 3 spring?
No, it's a short tank. It's 3 spring, yeah. It's the same tank as the Mark II, but I've just EQ'd it differently. So the lead channel I haven't messed with. That's the same, but with the tom controls. It's the same as the Mark II and the Mark I. The clean channel I've added a lot of chime to. So there's a bit more clean headroom, and it's it's got more chime. It's probably quite good for country and stuff, or rockabilly,
So these are EL34 driven, right?
Yeah, they come with those, but you can bias them for anything. Whereas they've got individual multi-turn bias pots, for each tube. So you could put a pair of 6L6s and a pair of EL34s, Any tech on the planet can bias these on the road. I kind of wanted them that way,
Yeah. Do you want to show us some of the new clean sounds in the clean channel?
Yeah, I don't know how much headroom he's got set up on there. Yeah, I mean, this is a humbucking guitar.
Okay, so that was like
That's
the knobs
flat,
on
EQ flat and volume on about 2.
Okay. Does it break up quite a bit more when you turn it up?
It will a bit if we attenuate it and then I crank it. Let's and then take those down a bit. See what that sounds like.
Nice. Why don't we turn up the reverb too? Sounds really good, man. And you said the dirty channel is pretty much the same.
Yeah, I mean I haven't changed the preamp of the dirty channel from the Mark II, so it should be sound.
Sweet. How much is this going to go for?
You're going to have to check with the sales guys on that.
Look it up, guys.
In euros and dollars, I'm lost. I'm
Right.
sorry about that.
No worries. Adrian, where should people go online to check out more?
Orangeamps.com.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching, guys. Sean Hammond for Premier Guitar.